in representing the various energies that there in the universe. All those energies can be represented in sound. So they found two methods. One, energy as it is into sound. As you visualize the energy, they converted those energy waves into sound waves. It was expressed in one form. This form of expression is called as Mantra Shastra. So in the Mantra Shastra, the energy that exists in the nature, the energy that brings the various changes in running this universe, is as it is expressed in sound, without any interference. If the energy rises, the sound wave rises. If the energy falls, the sound wave falls. So it means every bit of energy that participates in the function of the universe is clearly as it is in verbata converted into sound. These sound syllables are called as Mantra Shastra. Supposing I see a function of an energy, I am not going to convert that energy into sound, but I am going to explain what that energy is. If I explain in a human language, then those sound syllables explained in the human language is called as shlokas. Because every man cannot get into that state. It takes a long time for a person to get into that state. Of course, in the beginning of the creation of human, every human was able to get into that state. He was able to get with the work with the Brahman, and everyone was a Brahmana. There was no other varnashramas at all. Everyone had a link with the Paramatma. It means all human beings at the time of the birth, in the Vaivasvata Manvantara, was as powerful, as mighty as the Almighty. He was able to see, visualize the Paramatma's work, and also he was able to visualize and stay with the matter and enjoy the wealth of the matter also. As such, all human beings were knowledgeable. They were working with a capacity of the sun. They were as powerful as the existing sun is. And as the sun runs the solar system, they were able to do with that energy which they possess, were able to control the whole nature. They also get the intricacies of the knowledge of the nature, how to increase the strength of the nature, how to increase the strength of the nature, how to alter the state, how to limit the earthquakes, how to control the earthquakes. The various things that happens in the nature was within the ambit of those yogis at the time of the creation. The man consequently lost the knowledge, and he is what he is today. The theory of the Vedic philosophy is, when the nature was created, everyone was strong. Everyone as mighty as the Almighty, since the creation has come from the Almighty. The Almighty cannot create a substandard man. He created as powerful as himself, but gave an ample freedom for the human. The human misused the freedom, consequently he preferred to work with the matter which was more enjoyable for him than to work with the highest energy, because he has put a lot of effort to retain even that state also. Consequently, the man is what he is today. So, when you say an energy, you have got the direction represented by Swaras, the Panchabhutas are the matter with which the man is composed of. It is represented by the Vargas, and the energy of the nucleus of an atom is represented by Avarga. So Varga means Panchabhutas, and the moon or the mind. The Panchabhutas are represented by Kacha, Thata. These are the four letters: Kaka, Gagana, Chacha, Jajana, Tata, Dadana, and Tata, Dadana. The Kaka, Gagana representing the air, Prithvi. The Chacha, Jajana representing the water. Tata, Dadana representing the Agni. Tata, Dadana representing the air and the ozone, because air and ozone is one and the same. One is O2 and the other is O3. The Na is called O3. Tata Dada is called as air, a solid air and a fluid air. The Papa Baba Ma represents the mind or the moon. Then Yarara Vaishesha Saha Laksha Gnatra represents the energies. We have to see in this word yoga, it has got two letters. The first letter from the Yarala Vaishesha Sahala, that is called as Avarga. Avarga represents energy. Kaka Gaga Na represents matter. If the energy is flowing in a matter, it is called Ga. And the energy which is there in the nucleus is what is called as Ya. It is the Ya that activates the matter. So with the help of the Ya and the Ga, how to rise the energy? So you got an energy science what is called as Yoga Shastra. Yoga Shastra deals with Ga means the physical matter. How to rise the energy with the help of Ya, which is called as Pancha Prana, and move upwards such that you can reach the soul, that is become equivalent to the sun. You can also become the Paramatma by further moving in the Arohana. As such, Yoga Shastra is basically a Shastra or a science. The science is called Shastra, that is the equivalent terminology. So Yoga Shastra deals with moving from the physical matter in which the energy is flowing right up to the Paramatma. So it means it takes a man to move, to understand the physical matter. It understands the mind which activates the matter. It understands what happens between the moon and the sun. It also gives the knowledge of the sun. It gives the knowledge between the sun and the Paramatma. And also it gives the knowledge of the Paramatma. These are the various energies the man can visualize, understanding the earthly body or the understanding the earth up to the ozone. That darshana is called as Nyaya Yoga. Understanding the mind or the moon along with the physical earth is what is called as Purva Mimamsa. Understanding between the sun and the various grahas, including that of the function of the earth, is called as Uttara Mimamsa, from where you got the Upanishads. Further higher science than the Uttara Mimamsa is called as Samadhi Yoga, in which the man becomes as strong and as mighty as the sun, so that he will be able to understand the full energy concept that is operated in the universe along with the state of the matter. Then further energy in which he will be able to visualize the earth, the sun, the moon, and also the various happenings for all times to come. That is what is called as Vaisheshika Yoga. It is also, this is understood through the particles of the finite matter that exists in the universe, much more finite than the light particles. That light particle in Vedic terminology is called as Kanada. And beyond that, becoming the Paramatma and understanding the whole universe is called as Sankhya Yoga. So there are 6 visualizations. Visualization of the physical body is called as Nyaya Yoga. Visualizing the physical body and the mind is called as Purva Mimamsa Yoga, in which you will know the entire secrecies of the physical matter that functions in the universe. It means all matters, all grahas excluding the sun, all its functions, whether it is an earthquake or how the wind blows, how much will be the quantum of the rain that takes place in the universe, what are all the places where the rain can take place, all knowledge pertaining to the earth, all knowledge pertaining to the moon, all knowledge pertaining to the physical body, and all knowledge pertaining to the mind is realized. Getting the gnana of the physical body is called as Adidaivika. Getting the knowledge of the solar system or the physical matter is what is called as Adibhautika. So Adibhautika and Adidaivika is one and the same. One in the body and the other is an external body or the earth. So in this way the gnana was taken. So all gnana has come from the yoga.